Greg, just a very heartbreaking moment here in Columbus. I can tell you it's still a very active scene. In fact, I'm going to step out of the way just so you can see fire officials are still trying to put out this fire. Now, I did just speak to a fire official, and they told me that the fire started at 3 this morning. About 22 units were badly burned, and there were 3 minor injuries. So Chief Macon with the Columbus Police Department just confirmed that information to me. And again, you can see fire officials are still battling this fire. Residents are on scene just looking. He did tell me that there was no reports of any deaths, but there have been 3 minor injuries. And I can tell you right now, it's just very devastating for these residents here at Whisperwood Apartments, just 2 days before Christmas. And right now joining me is Natalie Boyette. She's also a resident of Whisperwood. Natalie, you were telling me this morning that before you came out, you heard a loud boom. Talk a little bit about what you heard and what you saw.
Right. So I typically sleep with a noisemaker and earplugs just because our neighbors can get a little rowdy sometime. And at about 3:30 in the morning, I just heard a sound that just shocked me awake out of bed. And what I thought would have been a car backfiring or a firework, it just sounded a little bit more extreme than that. So I walked into my living room, and out my window, the entire woods in the back were just glowing a dark orange color. And I heard screaming outside. So by the time I ran and got my boots on and ran outside, I could just hear people screaming, "Is everybody out? Is everybody okay?" And everything seemed to be, like, everyone seemed to be safe. And I rounded the corner of my apartment complex, and the closest apartment building on the other side's mine was just shooting out flames, and it looked like it was almost about to reach over to our unit. And I ran back inside and in a panic just grabbed a few things that I thought I might need. And by the time I came back, the flames were just shooting sky high. It was really unreal. I could feel the heat of the fire across the street, and people were just in tears, and it sounded like a few pets hadn't made it out of the building. And
just 2 days before Christmas, you were telling me. It's just devastating.
It's absolutely heartbreaking. I can just see the absolute loss on these people's faces, and I just heard a ton of people crying, and it's just incredible, and I can't even imagine what they're going through right now.
I want to tell you thank you so much for talking to me, and you guys will stay in my thoughts and in my prayers at this time. And guys, that's going to do it for now. I'll have another report coming up at the 6 o'clock hour. Live in Columbus, Bria Berry, WRBL News 3 on your side.